I am making a nice hot cup of coffee and I'm so looking forward to it. It's morning time and I found a coffee at the store that I really like. It's a little bit more expensive than the cheapest stuff, but it's so good. I tried a lot of different flavors or kinds and I liked this one. It's not acidic, it's so smooth. Oh, I'm excited just thinking about it. I grab the coffee bag out of the freezer and I open it up and I smell it. Oh, that coffee smell is divine. And I smile as I'm looking forward to it. And I am also looking forward to the pick-me-up that I know it'll bring. I open up the coffee maker, and I decide I'm going to make enough for both my husband and I. And I take the pot and open up the lid, go over to the refrigerator and fill it up with filtered water up to about the 5-cup line. And I just stand there and wait while it slowly fills with cold water. And I'm just enjoying the moment, the peacefulness where the children are still sleeping, getting ready to read my Bible and have some quiet moments. And I walk over and pour the water into the back of the coffee maker, and it slowly rushes in. I put the lid back on the little pot and slide it on the burner. Then I take the scoop for the coffee grounds. They smell so good and potent. And I scoop in 5 heaping scoops. And I can feel the little crunchy feel as I scoop it and pour it, scoop it and pour it. And when I'm finished, I straighten it all out on top so there's not a mound. I close the coffee maker top. And I push the brew button. The little light pops on. And I can hear it as it begins making some little noises where it's heating up the water. I don't know what it's doing in there, to be honest, but it's making the little coffee maker noises. And I know it's going to take a few minutes, so I put my coffee away and I get my cream ready. I go to the fridge and pull out the heavy cream and the maple syrup. And I go and pick out my favorite coffee mug from the cabinet. And it's white with light blue around the rim and beautiful flowers painted all over it. And the handle is light blue and it has little polka dots on it. And the flowers are red and yellow and orange. It's so pretty. This mug just makes me happy. I like to use it mostly every day. I pour a little bit of cream in and then a little bit of syrup, the golden brown syrup. And I open up the drawer right under the coffee maker and I have a bright green little handheld frother. And I froth up the milk for a minute, the cream and the syrup. Get it nice and frothy. And I rinse off the little frother and put it back into the drawer. And out of the same drawer, I pull out my Bible and devotional and notebook, and I bring those over to the table. I'm getting everything ready. I'm so excited. And I sit down for a minute and I I start to write down my wins from the day before. It makes me happy to do this because it reminds me I'm not a failure. I am doing good. And I have victory in God every single day. And it's just good to remember that. There's always something to be thankful for. And it's good to remember that each day is good because God made it and He will provide. He is my provider today. And I open up my Bible and then I hear the beep of the coffee machine. Yay! So I get up and walk over and I pull out my husband's dark blue mug. I put a little cream and maple syrup in his real quick, but he doesn't like it frothed, so I just leave it like that. And I pour my coffee into the frothed up milk and syrup. I just love the sound it makes. I fill it about 3/4 full and put it down, put the coffee pot back in, pick up the warm mug and I sniff it. And I take a spoon and give it a quick swish to make sure it gets mixed in. I lick the spoon. Ooh, it's getting me excited. And while I'm standing there, I take my first sip of coffee. It's so good. It's so delicious. I don't like drinking coffee black, but it is such a treat to drink it like this. It is so good. The only thing that would make this better is like a little crispy cookie, but I'm not going to do that. It's a bad habit for each morning. So I just have that passing thought and think that would be good, but I'm not going to do that. And I walk over back to my Bible and sit down at the table. And I glance outside and the sunrise is magnificent. It's bright pink outside with purple. Ooh, I did not notice that a while ago. My heart almost skips a little. It's so pretty. Wow. I think what a treat God just gives us now and then in the littlest things. We just have to be willing to be thankful and be looking for all the treats He's giving us all day long. It's so easy to complain and look at the bad stuff and the things that we don't get. I'm telling my kids this stuff all the time. It's so easy to look at the stuff you don't get. Look at what you do get. Wow, so many good things. I'm preaching to myself as I talk to them. I know it. That's why it's good to have kids, I think. You grow as you teach them. And I open up my Bible to where I have the ribbon and I put the ribbon at the top. And I'm in Acts. I hold my mug and give it another sniff and a sip. Oh, it's so delicious and it's warming. And I set it down and I begin reading about Paul and how he's defending himself in court with King Agrippa II, and he's telling his testimony about how he used to persecute Christians and he was a Pharisee, and how God totally took over his heart. He had no choice. And I find it very encouraging. And occasionally I just take another sip and I use my purple highlighter and underline now and then things that encourage me. And eventually I glance over at the clock and I see that I don't have too much more time before the kids start getting out of bed. And so So I open up my devotional, and I really like this devotional. It's so encouraging, and I read through it and I underline some stuff with my purple highlighter. I put my hands around my mug and I just bow my head and pray to God, and I'm thankful. I just spend a little bit of time in quiet trust. Before I know it, my little girl is running out of her room and she's ready for hugs and kisses and to start her day. She's in her little nightgown. She's so cute. She's just such a cutie. Long curly hair. She gets up in my lap and I ask her if she wants a sip of my coffee. She looks at me. Really? Sure, you can have just a tiny sip. And she tries it and she makes a big smile like, ooh. That's how I know it's nice and sweet. If a kid likes your coffee. I take another drink. It's so nice. And I cuddle her, and she's just such a cute. I love the way her little nose kind of sticks up and her cute little lips. She's just so tiny and sweet. I'm just so thankful for this moment. Psalm 118:24. This is the day which the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And Lamentations 3:22-23. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. In Psalm 29, verse 11, the Lord gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace.